nice if Matt responds to my messages. That'd be fucking brilliant. No. Pick your car, you moron, or you're not getting in your car. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport for the next round of the F1 Championship. We have got an exciting season so far. We have had so much drama in just 2 races so far, and we head to more drama as we head down under in Australia for the 3rd round of the championship. My name is Dan Davis, and welcome to Melbourne for the next round of the championship. And what an exciting round we have as well. Australia, one of the circuits, been around for a long time, early 2000s this track has been around, and what a circuit, iconic circuit we come to, a beautiful circuit as well. A lot of changes made to this circuit, so as you can see the walls are a lot closer, the curbs are a lot bigger, and some of the corners have been opened up as well. But like I said, my name's Dan Davis, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport for round 3 of the F1 2022 Championship. And at the minute, it is going down to the wire between all of the drivers. We currently have 4 different winners this season. Can we get another one here tonight down under in Melbourne, as we got a few of the guys going out on track early on already? And it's nice to see everybody in the chat. Hello to everybody. Thank you for the kind words, Tracy. Nice to see you in the chat once again, supporting Tibbs, the young American on our grid. There's many different nationalities, and also we've got some support here to M Prava, as we can see in the chat, Naris Pravins. Regarding that, Max, I do not know. As long as you don't complete a lap time, just go out. I think if you select whatever you want, you can stick to that one. But as Max in the chat wanting to know, will the setup change and differ? I think it should stay whatever you select, as obviously Max has got a qualifying ban, so has DJ Phil, so both cars will not be allowed to leave the pit lane. But I believe whatever setup you choose, it should stick to that one. Normal Parc Fermé rules. But let's get the track up. Let's see this beautiful circuit of Melbourne, as we got Smithy out on track as well. So I think possibly my game is a little bit laggy. I don't know how about you guys. I don't know how the lag is looking. But like I said, nice to see everybody in the chat. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified. And as you can see already, Gary going through the next side. So as Max is obviously going to go out and back into the pits just to make sure that his setup is selected. But either way, he cannot set a lap time. If he does set a lap time, he'll be in more trouble. But either way, qualifying ban for himself and DJ Phil, as Gary131 will not be the first man to set a lap time around Melbourne. And let's talk about a little bit about Melbourne anyway. What a fantastic circuit here. A beautiful circuit nonetheless. And as we see a car in the wall already, that is exit Tibbs in the Haas in the wall, as Ian sets the benchmark for 1:20.3, and even Gary131 has put it in the wall as well. 5-place grid penalty for exit Tibbs, causing a collision, so Gary is out qualifying, probably caught out in the worst place position. It's a 3.2 mile long circuit. It's a temporary street circuit down in Albert Park Circuit, Melbourne, Australia, as Leon Fernie goes fastest with a 19.7. And a circuit that's, like I said, been around for years. Used to be in Adelaide, the Australian Grand Prix, but we are here in Melbourne instead. I think since 2000. I think since 2000, or it might have been earlier than that. I honestly can't remember. Let's have a look through the information and find out, because I believe it's been around for much longer than that. An expert will probably be able to tell me. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic race nonetheless. And here we go. First held 1928. I think that's a bit wrong. Not quite sure if that's correct. But the length is 58 laps. But obviously these guys will be doing it slightly different here. As Big Boy Brazier now sets the pace at 1:19.0. And your current championship standings looks like this. It is very close at the top of the tables. It is Big Boy Brazier who leads the way with 1 point ahead of James Ash, who is currently second in the championship. Third in the championship is Tim, and in fourth is Max Mulder, both not too far behind either. Matimovic finally getting a race win and some points to his name in 5th place position, with Ivor in 6th. 7th is Exit Tips. 8th is Gary131. 9th is Monkey Boy, who sadly ain't here tonight. Nor is Tim either. Leon Fernie currently 11th, and Emplava in 10th, so it's a tight battle between those two. A. Smith currently in 12th, with Emo Guy in 13th. 14th is Forzy, and 15th is PN Motorsport. 16th is Smithy. 17th is Greg Z, who we haven't seen for a while. Smoky Devil in 18th. 19th is That Bozzy Boy, and bringing up the rear is DJ Phil as well. But it is Big Boy Brazier who sets the early pace, and someone currently out on a lap. That is Ivor. And I think what we'll do, we'll try and get onto a new driver each week to try and set a lap time around here. Tracy, Tibbs, hope you're not a lot of damage. Again, it'll just be temporary. It will be repaired, and he just obviously won't be able to qualify. Oh, he's got back to the pit, so he's able to get it repaired and get back out as soon as possible. Smithy currently on a lap as well. We are currently looking at Ivor, who is coming into the final sector. Like I said, we'll take a lap with somebody. I don't know if Ivor is going to set another lap time, as this was his out lap. I think this is his flying lap. Where is this going to put him? Rear wing wide open for the DRS towards the start finish line. Is he going to go faster than Jamie? He does. He goes at 1:18.9. That would have been lovely to go on a lap time with him. But we'll go a lap with your current champion, the defending champion. We'll go on board with Matimovic as he gets himself set up into the final sector. And I think this is his flying lap as well. Towards the line, what does Matt do? Does he cross the line? He only goes P3, so that was a flying lap. We'll go on board with one of the Smith brothers. C. Smithy is the first, so we'll go on A. Smith. He is on an out lap. So A. Smith comes into the final corner, sets himself up, tries to get a good run out of the final corner, and opens the DRS wide open to head towards the tricky turn 1. Very easy to get this wrong. As he heads towards turn 1, he brakes just at the 50-meter board, gets the front end turned in. The front end does not want to turn in at all, and turn 2 makes it a bit more difficult. DRS open once again through this section, and then into the 100-meter board, and you can see there the curve there. This part of the circuit has been opened up a lot more, but that curve is a lot higher. Into the tricky section, left-hander, then a right-hander, fast right-hander heading towards another open section. This corner has been opened up so you can take it a lot faster into a left and a right. Normally you would then start drifting over to the left and head towards the chicane. This is all flat out through this section. No need to lift down the swooping right-hander towards the swooping left-hander and into the fast left and right section, breaking up just the 50-meter board there. A. Smith gets the car turned in. Make sure you don't take too much out of it. That curve is lethal. He's managed to keep it on track. DRS open once again as he then heads to the tight right-hander, which has made it even more tighter. Curve is lethal and massive, but the exit is wider into a long right-hander. Very nice if you can get it right, but if the car's not responding, it feels absolutely horrible. Into the penultimate corner, bigger curve once again, into the final corner. You've nailed the lap. Make sure you get it all together. DRS wide open. A. Smith towards the start finish line. He's currently 10th. That will put him up to P6 with a 1:20.8. So probably more time for A. Smith to find there, as he lost a lot in turn 1. But at the minute, it is Ivor who is your current man on top at the minute. Exit Tibbs goes P5. So good lap time from him. He's got Emo Guy coming through the final corner. What can he do towards the start finish line? Is he going to improve? He goes P5. So far it's all relatively close between the leaders. And at the minute it is that close. As Max Mulder hashtag tips for pole. So he's back in tips as we've got a yellow flag in this sector. Who is that? That is Emplava going a little bit slow. He's obviously on an in lap, I think, so he's currently trying to sort himself out. As Forzy, after finally getting the game on Xbox, he goes up to P4. James towards the line, no improvement, so he is now starting his flying lap. He is going to have traffic as we have A. Smith coming into the final sector, but he currently is on an in lap. And Exit Tibbs coming through at the final sector now. What can he do? Is he on a quicker lap or is he on his in lap? That is the question. Emo guy, or Ian, is currently, I believe, on an in lap. This looks like quite a fast lap actually, as Ivor also on a fast lap. He is coming out of the final corner. DRS wide open, yellow flag, sector 2. That's Matt slowing down Ivor. Does he improve? No. Emo guy into the pits, as we're still waiting on James to complete a lap time. But the next man will be Forzy. And what can Forzy do? Now he's back on the Xbox version. That's Matt there just getting out of the way of James, who's currently on a lap time. A reminder to all the drivers, if you're not doing it and you're not streaming, Forzy bails on that, so he goes to the pits. James currently on a lap time. He's in the final sector and he bails as well, so obviously he feels like he was hampered there, as Matimovic will start his lap. So out the final corner he goes. Matimovic will start his next qualifying lap. They do not want to burn through too many tyres. Obviously, the sprint race to come and a feature, as Matt flings it into turn 1. And PN saying, I'm struggling a lot. Leon is lagging a lot too. So a lot of guys just seems to be lagging ever so slightly. I don't know if it's me. Possibly not me. I hope not. But Matt currently on a lap time. We will go to Ivor, as he's currently in the final sector, but he's bails to the pits. Who is that in the final sector? That is Leon Fernie. Laggy Leon Fernie, as most of the boys are probably going to be calling him at the minute. He comes into the final corner. DRS wide open towards the start-finish line. Any improvement? No. He stays P6. So right now it's quiet out on track. Not a lot of cars on circuit, as they're all starting to come out. As I believe Emo guy is now out on track. But we look to Matimovic, currently on a flying lap. DRS wide open. Currently 17 people in the stream. If you haven't done so, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell to be notified so you do not miss a thing. And also have a look at our sponsors of Audio Sport. Have a look on there. They've got a brand new website. Give them a follow on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, all that lovely stuff. And also have a look at Made Manchester, and also see Leach Designs, as Matt extends his gap. An 18-2 at the minute on pole position. What can the rest of the guys do currently in the pits? Leon Fernie on a lap, as is Exit Tibbs, I believe. Or I believe he's on his out lap. So Matt setting the bench high and an 18-2. What can Exit Tibbs do? The US driver out of the final corner. DRS wide open. Currently P8. Any improvement? No. So he is currently now going to start his flying lap, I believe. Leon Fernie now next to set a lap time towards the final corner. He looks like he's on an improvement. He finds a 10th and goes up to P6. But Emo guy in the final corner now, also starting his flying lap here as he goes through the final corner. And let's hear from you guys. What do we think of Melbourne, Australia? Have we missed it? Is it great to be back down under? And I personally love this circuit. Fantastic. I'm not a massive fan of the changes, but the changes are, I think, can open some opportunities for some drivers here tonight. And we've had some classic races here as well. Matt's entered the benchmark now as Exit Tibbs comes into the final sector. And ACC will be starting very shortly. It's only a couple of weeks until the season gets going once again. Pro and Pro-Am back on track, but not with Project Cars no more. We are on ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione. A brand new championship for these guys to challenge, and who is going to come out on top. Matt won the short event a season, so he is the defending champion in both F1 and ACC, so a lot of eyes are on him. Exit Tibbs exits the final corner. P8 at the minute, he goes P5, so a slight improvement. Leon Fernie bails to the pits, obviously only finding a temp, and nearly hitting the wall as he comes in. But a reminder as well, these guys will have the new pit rule, which I forgot to change, so anyone caught cheating will get done. And out the final corner comes Emo guy, currently at 19.8. Does he improve? Nope. He loses time at 21.4. As Emo, Smoky Devil, I can't give you an invite. Once I'm in the session, that is it. He's in though. This is the problem, guys. You have to be prepared and ready. I can't do nothing once the stream has started. So you're kind of out of luck if you're not in. You should have one invite. If that invite doesn't work, I'll send you another one before the session. But once we go green, that is it. I can't get you in. And James currently on a slow lap. He is preparing himself for his flying lap. Currently P6 at the minute. Not really where he wants to be. He wants to be up there with Big Boy Brazier, Matahimovic and Ivor. There's a yellow flag in the middle sector. Let's exit tips into the pits. And then Pliver in the final corner. So Pliver starts his qualifying lap here. A 19.96. I think that's actually his fastest lap there. As Big Boy Brazier now starts a lap time. Going across the start finish line as he starts a flying lap. A 19.057. As he goes flying into turn 1. Emo Guy currently on a lap time. 18.9 at the minute. What can he do? Any improvement? No. Slower. 4Z now towards the line. Has he got a lap time underneath him? No, hits his out lap. So he is now starting his qualifying session. I believe Smoky Devil should be back in the session. They said he joined, so he might have to wait until the end of qualifying. James now in the final sector. He's 3/10 up his best. That will put him just behind Forzy. Exits the final corner. Rear wing open. Will he get ahead of exit Tibbs? He goes P2. 18.7. So James using the best of the conditions at that point, and he goes P2. So well done to him. He moves up a position where he needs to be. And Plava straight into the pits as Big Boy Brazier now is on a lap time. Into the final corner he goes, trying to get the best run out the final corner. DRS wide open on the pad towards the start finish line. What is he going to do? An 18.5. He now goes P2 and James goes down another place. Emo Guy currently on a lap time, probably saved his engine and tyres. Oh, and he's dropped the rear. Trying too hard in the final sector and he's lost the rear. He's going to have to stay to one side because Forzy's now on a lap time. DRS wide open towards the line. He comes and he will go P5 still. He does find some time, but not enough. And I think that'll be it for Forzy and Emo Guy. Both of them are done. And I think really only... I think that's it. I think Matahimovic is your pole man. James currently down. 2/10 down is Jamie. He's obviously harvesting energy as well. So that is it. I think that's qualifying done. Unless Jamie can find some monstrous time. 4/10. He's not improving. He's actually going slower. The number 7 car into the final sector now. There's no real improvement on track at all. Forzy and Emo Guy both done. They're taking it easy back to the pits. Jamie, the only one still on lap time, unless he's lost all that time in the final sector, but I doubt it. A lot of time to find. My bad, that was Ivor. Oh, that was Emo Guy. Ivor, thank you, Emo Guy. I might have to sleep tonight. But it is Matahimovic who is your pole man. Ivor, I apologise. Emo Guy, thank you for keeping me awake. So, your grid for the sprint race looks like this. Matahimovic on pole position with Big Boy Brazier in second. Third will be James. Fourth will be Ivor. Fifth is Forzy. Sixth is Exit Tibbs. Seventh is Leon Fernie. Eighth is Emo Guy. Ninth is M Plava. 10th is A Smith. 11th will be PN Motorsport. 12th is Smithy. 13th will be DJ Phil. Gary in 14th. 15th, that Bozzy Boy Smokey. 16th and Max Mulder at the back of the grid. This is going to be an exciting race for sure. Matt on a winning streak at the minute. Can he keep it going? That is the thing. He's currently got a win to his name. Will he be the only one to get a double win here tonight, or can Big Boy Brazier stop him? Can James get his first win? So far, 4 different winners, and Matt is on pole here tonight. Alongside him will be his rival Big Boy Brazier, who leads the championship at the minute. James in second, starting third, but in second in the championship. Exit Tibbs will carry a 5-second grid penalty due to the contact with Gary. Leon Fernie will move up, as will everyone else down below him, but it will be James on the second row with Ivor alongside him. Forsey will start in fifth, but he'll have Leon Fernie alongside him, as Tibbs will be dropping down the order. Emplar will move up, as will Emo Guy. A. Smith will move up as well, I believe. All the way down to PM Motorsport, I think, will be the last man to move up the order, as we are about to get underway for the next race. I think Ivor and Forsey was having a little bit of a race back to the pits. But we're about to get the sprint race back underway here. It is Matt from pole position. I don't know about wet weather. I don't know if any of the drivers would want to tell me if there is rain lurking around. That would be fantastic. But so far, from what we know, there isn't any rain lurking. What can these guys do? The third round of the championship, and it's still very, very close. Formation lap for these guys as well, so they'll need to make sure their car is at the right temperature, make sure the brakes are set at the right temperature, ready for race start, and it's a very, very tight turn one. So let's go through the running order once again. It is Matt Imovic who will start on pole position, medium and hard tyre by the looks of things. Matt is on pole from Big Boy Brazier. Third will be James, his favourite position. Fourth will be Ivor, and fifth will be Forsey. Sixth will be Exit Tibbs, who's dropped it and put it in the wall. Seventh is Leon Fernie, and eighth is Emo Guy. Ninth is Emplava. 10th will be A. Smith. PN will be 11th. 12th will be Smithy, and 13th is DJ Phil. 14th will be Gary 131, and that Bozzy Boy will start in 15th. 16th will be Smoky Devil, and bringing up the rear is Max Mulder. As a lot of people have been a little bit daft as who's that in the wall? That's Gary. For the feature, there is rain now, so rain is lurking. Thank you, Emo Guy. But if Gary can't get himself sorted, we might have to wait a little bit longer here. But this is going to be an interesting one for sure. The guys have been told not to mess around on the formation lap, and so far a lot of people haven't even made the formation lap. Reminder, don't worry about a disqualification, because they will be able to race. It's just they've just been silly. So guys, in the chat, let's hear from you. Who do you think will take the sprint race here tonight? Aston Martin versus Ferrari. Williams just sitting in third place with the AlphaTauri in fourth. Forsey will start in fifth. Sixth will be Exit Tibbs. I thought he had a 5-second grid penalty, but for some reason he starts sixth. I guess that carries on to the feature. So wherever he finishes in this race, he would carry to the feature race. But as the guys get themselves warmed up and ready to go, it will be the Welshman of Matt. What can Max Mulder do from the back of the grid? This is really going to test him and show how good a driver he actually is. Can he bring it back from the back of the grid and try and come for a decent result? That is the question. Let's hear from you guys. Who are you supporting? As Beasting Gaming saying, good start by Tibbs. As Tracy says, let's go, with a clap emoji and F1 emojis as well. As they now come down the start-finish straight, raring to go. Big Boy Brazier leads the way with 1 point ahead of James, and Matt with a decent amount of points behind. He is currently 17 points behind. He needs to score some points now, as a lot of drivers now line up for the start of this race. Max Mulder takes the final position here. It is Matt on pole position. The lights come on. The res will rise. And we're not green yet, because the game likes to trick me here. And we are green now, as Matt gets a decent start. Big Boy Brazier does not move, and Max Mulder with a decent start out the back of the grid, but Matt straight away defending from Big Boy, as James is going to go right around the outside. That is PN who's gone straight on. And dropping down the order, that's also Tibbs. He's dropped down the order as well. He is last place. Forsey now up in the P2 as a couple of guys are slow out of the second corner. Emo Guy up to P3. A great start from him as James is getting swamped, as is Big Boy Brazier from the pack. And that's just allowed Matt Imovic to disappear. Max Mulder already up into P8. So he's had a great start as Gary's dropping down the order. But it's now Forsey in P2 as Matt now disappears into the distance. Max Mulder now right on the back of Leon Fernie as he's looking down the inside as Emo Guy has now got Forsey. He's going to go right round the outside as they go to the fast left-hander. Matt disappears already with a 2-second gap as he leads the sprint. Ivor up there as well. AlphaTauri looking very good at the minute, but it is Matt Imovic from Emo Guy, from Forsey, from Ivor, from Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy's got a lot of recovering to do as right round the outside goes Max Mulder on for Leon Fernie, and what a job that was. So Max is already flying and on his way to move his way up the order. Next car to pass is James. We got a yellow flag. That is Gary 131, I think, dropping down the order. Yes, it is. He will drop down to a last place position, but Matt leads the way after lap 1 into turn 1 as it's then Emo Guy, Forsey, Ivor, Big Boy Brazier, James, Max, for Leon Fernie, McLaren of A. Smith, M. Prava, Smoky Devil, that Buzzy Boy, Exit Tibbs, Smithy, DJ Phil, PM Motorsport, and Gary 131. That is your order at the minute. But Matt, with the dream start that you would have wanted, 2-second gap on Emo Guy. Meanwhile, just behind is Max Mulder. He has lost a little bit of time to James, but James has got past Ivor, and so has Big Boy Brazier. There's all sorts of moves and positions happening on as A. Smith has moved past. As PN has got dropped down as he's now on a fight with Gary 131. Gary looking to the inside and gets the job done. And PN drops down the order. Meanwhile, Max Mulder has made a move on Ivor. Ivor just getting swamped by everyone at the minute. Next car to be attacking him is Leon Fernie as C. Smithy is out. He's hit the wall somewhere. I'm not sure what. There he is. Is that going to bring out the safety car? I believe so, or a virtual safety car. So we have a virtual safety car, as Tracy says in the chat. Dang it. Obviously due to Exit Tibbs dropping down. There's a 5-second time penalty for Smoky Devil contact with A. Smith. As they all slow right down. Exit Tibbs, I think, has had a moment. As Gary 131 also just on the back of these guys. DJ Phil might need to check his delta, make sure he's not going too fast. But after the first chaotic couple of laps, it is Matt who leads the way. A couple of guys into the pits, Bozzy and a few others as well. DJ Phil gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So Matt still leads the way. It's all very tight between the top guys as Emo Guy has managed to pull a gap from Forsey. Can he extend that with this virtual safety car? We'll hopefully be going green very shortly. But like I said, we'll do a quick running as the virtual safety car is out. Matt Imovic leads the way with Emo Guy in second. As Smoky Devil, another 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags as we go green now. Yellow flag already. And I believe that is DJ Phil a little bit slow to get going. So Emo Guy now has actually made quite a good jump on Matt there. And it was within 9/10, so he should hopefully be in the DRS zone. Forsey, not the best start he would have wanted, as Big Boy Brazier is right on the rear wing. He gets very close to the back of Forsey. It just reacts quickly enough to not hit the back. As now Big Boy Brazier looking to make a move. He's going to go to the outside. Is he going to get a job done? That's very optimistic, but he gets a better turn in. I think DRS is enabled straight away. Forsey goes straight to the right-hand side to defend his line, but too late, as I think Big Boy Brazier is going to try and go around the outside of turn 1. He's going to be brave to do so. He gets the job done. Brilliant move there from Jamie. He can now try and get onto the back of Emo Guy. We are on board with James. He now is going to look to the outside of Forsey. Forsey goes a little bit deep. Max Mulder comes down the inside and looks to get the job done on James, and James is just pinched it in. So went from an attack to a defense and got mugged completely there. So great little scrap between these lot here. You see Leon Fernie in the background making contact with with Ivor there and barging his way past. Obviously a little bit of lag there from Leon Fernie's end, but there's nothing we could do with that as Ivor just comes straight back at him with the better drag. and carrying obviously less wings, so he gets away with that one. As you see there, Max Mulder now attacking Forzy, as Forzy trying to defend his line. Big Boy Brazier trying to get away from this squabble, but he's unable to do so. That is a yellow flag. That is Leon Fernie, and he is in the wall. He has hit the curb, and he has caused a full-blown safety car. Question is, who is going to pit for soft tyres? This could be a very good call. Soft tyres to the end. Emo Guy stays out. Big Boy Brazier stays out. Forzy stays out. Max stays out. So does James. Ivor is risking it. He is coming into the pits. He's got a lot of overtaking to do, but there's still plenty of time. Emplava staying out. A Smith stays out. Exit Tibbs currently 10 seconds off, 5 seconds off the back. And let's have a look at the Delta. Let's see if Ivor, he does put the soft tyre on. Gary's on the soft tyre as well, so this will get him back in this fight. But he has had a moment by the looks of things here. But he will get back in this fight. Ivor back out. He is in 10th place position. I think this is a very good call. It depends how long the safety car will take. Smoky Devil once again speeding in the pit lane, gets himself a 5-second time penalty. So Smoky Devil really not helping himself at the minute, and they're holding him due to the other penalty that he's received. So he will have to stay there. As DJ Phil comes into the pits, he will have to serve his penalty as well. And Phil gets it slowed down. Penalty to be served. For the guys at the back, there's nothing to lose. You might as well just go onto the soft tyre and see what you can do. Gary, earliest one on the soft tyre, but I think we need to keep an eye on this man Ivor. It depends how easy he can get himself through at the pack. What can he do on those soft tyres? It's too late for any of the leaders to do it. If they wanted to do it, they should have done it earlier on. But Matt still leads the way. Emo Guy's a lot closer this time. He can possibly put him under pressure. But once again, the DRS will not be deployed until 2 laps after the safety car. So it won't be until lap, if we went green now, it wouldn't be until lap 7 the safety car, the DRS will be enabled. I think we're going to have possibly 4 or 3 laps worth of green flag. As Matt gets right behind the back of the Aston Martin safety car. It would be so cool if you can go on board with the safety car. We're waiting on DJ Phil. He needs to get himself over to the back of the pack as quickly as he possibly can. So, safety car once again. Running order is Matimovic leads the way with Emo Guy in second. Ian right now looking like he's got a good opportunity to try and take a sprint race win. Can we get a 5th different winner with Emo Guy? That is the question. 3rd is Big Boy Brazier. 4th is Forzy. 5th is Max Mulder. Good recovery so far, but he's got James right behind him as well. Emprava in the other Alfa Romeo in P7, and A Smith currently in 8th. Exit Tibbs in 9th. 10th is Ivor, and 11th is PN Motorsport. Gary 131 on the back of this pack on the soft tyre. What can he do? With that Bozzy Boy just behind him as well. With Smoky Devil in P14, and 15th is DJ Phil. Will he catch the back of the pack before we go green? That is the question. So far, so good for this race. It's been exciting and great stuff to see so far. And it's Matt who leads the way. Would love to see a 5th different winner, but obviously this will help Matt out massively in the championship. Reminder as well, I think Exit Tibbs still has that 5-second qualifying, 5-second penalty on to add his qualifying due to contact with Gary. And hopefully we can go green this lap. DJ Phil is still halfway around the track. Smoky Devil has now caught the pack, but we have to wait for DJ Phil to catch the back of the pack, and right now he is only now in the middle sector, so we will keep an eye on the safety car when it will say green. Matt though will control the pace. Matt will be loving this. The longer the safety car stays out, the better it's for them, as Matt suddenly has to stop. Everyone has to come to a stop. Very late call there from the safety car, and Matt will control the pace. He'll decide when to go, and we are green. Emo Guy obviously possibly caught out by the safety car then, but we are green once again. And Emo Guy looking to try and hunt and pass Matt as quickly as he possibly can, but Big Boy Brazier runs wide. He is on the attack, and already Gary is on the move. He's up to P11. Getting that past PN. Exit Tibbs now quite a bit the way off the back of A. Smith, who's even further off the back of M. Brava. Big Boy Brazier really pressurizing Emo Guy, but right now, Matt is pulling away. And this is exactly what he needs. Emo Guy and Big Boy Brazier can't let Matt get away too far, or else they will not get an opportunity to win this race. Lap 9 onwards, they will have the DRS. So only 2 laps really. Big Boy Brazier lagging out ever so slightly, but here comes Emo Guy in the slipstream. He is right there. 310 separating him and Matt. Can he find a way through? That is the question. Gary 131 on the move as Exit Tibbs has lost the position. So right now, Ivor has dropped down the order, but he has got those soft tyres. Can he get onto the back of Emplava before the end of the race? He is only 2.3 off the back, and obviously with those fresh softs, he will be able to get onto the back of them. Forzy just holding up these lights. There we see James, a slight contact with Max Mulder. As Forzy now trying to defend, he goes to one side. Emo Guy, fastest lap of the race. Has James got a little bit of damage as Forzy defends his side, but contact between Max Mulder. James gets involved as well. Ivor, fastest lap of the race, and now here he turns up. Emplava gets through. James going around inside of Forzy, and he gets the job done. As Forzy will have to kind of yield to that one. As now Ivor on the scene. Max Mulder up to P4. But Big Boy Brazier and Emo Guy are still trying to hunt down Matahimovic. Matt is just hanging in there. Ivor now has passed Forzy. Forzy dropping down the order. Now it's Gary on the back of Forzy. The soft tyre runners are flying at the minute. Ivor is just working his way through the pack. Fresher tyres. How high? This will obviously help him for his next race qualifying in the feature. James, I think, is possibly carrying some front wing damage. As now Ivor on those soft tyres, what can he do? And just when Emo Guy needs to be within that second, he is just out of it and lost time. He's too busy racing Jamie, that's the problem. And just now, Emo Guy's holding on for dear life for P2, but Matt is getting away. He will become our first repeat winner if he can hang in there. He needs to keep it squeaky clean. Matt sets fastest lap of the race. Max Mulder crossing the line. He's got Emplava behind him as his rear gunner, but it's Ivor in that AlphaTauri that is looking good. Gary has got the job done on Forzy, but he loses the rear ever so slightly. Forzy right on the rear wing of Gary 131. He looks to the outside and he gets the job done, but he runs wide, and that is it. Exit Tibbs now getting involved and is looking to the outside of Forzy. He gets that job done as well. Ivor back onto him as he's on the rear wing of James. He needs to get a good run, a good exit, so he can try and attack that Williams. AlphaTauri is looking very, very fast right now with those soft tyres. Less rear wing by the looks of thing. He's in the slipstream. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go the outside. He should be able to get that job done as James squeezes him to the wall there. But Ivor keeps it pinned and James runs wide. He's gone onto the gravel. DRS has now opened, but I think James's time is up and Ivor is going to go around the outside as James pushing him wide there. He's pushing him to the limits, but is unable to get the job done. James fighting for his life here. He knows that this qualifying is important. This grid position, he needs to be as high up as he possibly can, but he is losing time over Emplava, who's pulled away. Matt currently now leading away as we got Max Mulder looking to make a move on Jamie. He gets the job done, but Jamie comes back. He's going around the outside. Big Boy Brazier and Jamie, they come together. Jamie now, as Max Mulder moves up to P3, and Jamie dive bombs onto Max Mulder and pushes him wide. Max Mulder losing out as we've got a yellow flag. Who is that? That is Gary. He's dropped it once again, a little bit too eager, and around he goes. Exit Tibbs is in the wall as well. On the last lap, we are looking at some dramatic racing. Forzy dropping down the order now. He's probably suffering with front wing damage. James has lost out to Ivor. Ivor is now on the back of Emplava. God, so much going on in this final lap, but Matt is having it easy at the minute. Gary still trying to get going. As Max has got through on Jamie. Jamie's gone round. He drops down the order. He is dropping down all the way down to P9. As M. Prava now onto the back of Max Mulder. But this man, he has had it so easy so far tonight. Matt will take the win of the sprint race. He comes through the final corner. Matimovic will be your first double winner here. He will win the sprint with Emo Guy coming home in P2. P3 will go the way of Max Mulder. P4, Emprava. P5, Ivor. And P6 will be James. As Big Boy Brazier comes out of the final corner, there's all sorts of chaos going on behind. Bozzy Boy and A. Smith all getting involved. As across the line goes Big Boy Brazier. Forzy parking dangerously. He's been given a penalty or disqualified. That Bozzy Boy 8th. 9th will be PN. 10th was Spooky Devil. 8th, or Spooky Devil will drop down to 12th in the end. Exit Tibbs and A. Smith will go ahead. The DJ Phil in the final corner. He will come out in 13th, and 14th will be Gary, who I think has overheated those tyres. But wow, what a race there. Matimovic wins the sprint while everyone else was too busy tripping over one another. Max has managed to redeem himself and getting back up to P3 after serving a qualifying ban. But there was a lot of contact involved in the last couple of laps, as I think Gary is literally trying to drag her home. And across the line here comes Gary. Will start 14th, but I think as well Tibbs will have a penalty to add. Jamie in the chat saying, wow, he doesn't seem too happy in the chat. One Aston Martin comes across the line, the other one wins the race. As we will now head into the feature. A reminder to any drivers, any incidences involving any of the drivers, you need to make sure you've recorded and saved the clip. If you haven't done so, we will not be able to review it. So it is Matt who wins the sprint. This will be your order for race 2. Matt leads from pole position with Emaga will start alongside him. Max will start in P3. 4 will be Emplava. 5th will be Ivor. 6th is James. 7th is Big Boy Brazier. 8th is that Bozzy Boy. 9th is PN. 10th will be A. Smith, and 11th is Exit Tibbs. But question on that one due to his penalty. 12th will be Smoky Devil, possibly going up, as will DJ Phil. In 13th, 14th is Gary 131. 15th is Leon Fernie. 16th is Smithy, and bringing up the rear will be Forzy. What a dramatic race one. It is Matt who wins the sprint. What can he do? Can he win the feature? That is the question. And a reminder, if you haven't done so already, guys, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified so you do not miss a single thing here tonight. So I like to keep an eye on the Discord to see what is happening. And right now, not a lot in the chat so far. But guys, let's hear from you. Did you enjoy that first race? It was definitely action-packed nonetheless. We should apparently have some rain lurking around. But who knows? As I just refresh the tables, obviously not much to go by. We just had the sprint, but it is still Jamie leading the way, but he is equal to James, both on 45 points. Matt is now only 8 behind. Tim dropping down to 4th. Max Mulder is in 5th. 6th is Ivor. 7th is Exit Tibbs. 8th is Gary 131. Emplava 9th. Monkey Boy 10th. Emo Guy 11th. Leon Fernie is in 12th. A. Smith 13th. 14th is 4Z. 15th is PN. 16th is our Bozzy Boy Smithy in 17th, Greg Z 18th, 19th Smoky Devil, and 20th is DJ Phil. That's rough getting taken out by the Rex on the last. Fun sprint though. That was fun racing, says Beasting Gaming. It was great to sit. Ivor isn't too happy in the chat. And let's see what tyres everyone's gone for. Matimovic has gone for the hard tyre. Azima Guy will start on the medium. Max Mulder on the hard as well. Emprava medium. Ivor is on the hard. James medium. Big Boy medium. Bozzy going for the soft, as is PN Motorsport. A Smith will start on the medium tyre, Smokey medium, DJ Phil, Gary 131, Leon Fernie, Smithy and Exeter Tibbs all on the medium tyre. Forzy will start on the soft as he's right at the back of the pack. And what can we do? Matt on pole. Emo Guy will start second. Ian. Max Boulder in third. PN Motors, N Plava. I always get those two mixed up. N Plava. Oh, as Max put it in the wall. Nicely done. N Plava will start P4. Ivor will start P5. P6 will be James. P7 will be Big Boy Brazier. That Body Boy in 8th. PN Motorsport will be 9th. A Smith will be in 10th. 12th will be DJ Phil. 13th will be Gary 131. Leon Fernie will be 14th. 15th will be Smithy. 16th will be Exeter Tibbs, and bringing up the rear is Forzy. He could have a great opportunity here. Anything that happens to him in this race, these guys could lose out definitely. As Tracy in the chat once again, let's go. Better racing this time, Tibbs. As we got multiple different strategies, as PN in the chat says, well done. I'm not sure what that means, but not exactly sure what he is referencing there. As we are about to get underway once again here. But it is Matt on pole once again, but he has got the AlphaTauri of Emo Guy starting right next to him as they head towards turn 1, and a lot of people messing up their grid positions as Forzy lines up in his box. We are about to go green here for the feature race. The lights come on, the revs rise, and we are go in Australia, and it looks like Matt doesn't get the best start. Emo Guy does get a better run as we head into turn 1. Emo Guy down the inside, and Matt, there's another car going wide off again as Emo Guy holds it strong, and he will take the race lead. Matt is right there as he's had contact with Max Mulder. Max Mulder has put Matt in the wall, and Matt has gone off. He has no front wing, and that is not what he would have wanted. Obviously the hard tyre put him in a dangerous position, but Matt has lost his front wing. That allows Emo Guy to disappear into the distance. Max now P2 as Matt is out of this race. Matt has crashed out. Not what he wanted at all. So Emo Guy leads the way. Still no safety car just yet, but it's Emo Guy from Max Mulder and Prava looking down the inside of his teammate. Is he going to get the job done? He goes right around the outside and gets him done. Max Mulder under massive pressure now. James is there, as is Big Boy Brazier as well. Max down the inside of James, and he makes contact, and around Max Mulder goes. And he is greeted by so many cars. Max Mulder drops down the order. Bozzy Boy's involved. I'm not sure what Bozzy's trying to do here. That's Max Mulder, 5-second penalty for collision with Bozzy Boy. All sorts of cars everywhere at the minute, but Emo Guy leads the way. James in second, third is Big Boy Brazier. Fourth is M. Plava. Fifth is Gary 131. He stayed out of all that trouble. Ivor now on the hard tyre. He's got a good opportunity to gain some places here as he's the highest hard tyre running. Forzy's worked his way all the way up into 7th place position. 8th is Exit Tibbs. 9th is Smoky Devil. Smoky Devil looking to the outside of Exit Tibbs, and he's trying to get the job done. Tibbs is still there. Tibbs is going to fight out, but he holds it strong. And that's it. Forzy also... Sorry, DJ Phil is ahead of Smithy as Smoky Devil loses out to Exit Tibbs. Matt not very happy in the chat as I think Bozzy Boy. What is Bozzy doing? He's dropped it by the looks of things. Down the straight, and Bozzy not looking good there. As Emo Guy now leads as Big Boy Brazier has got past James. James is now in 3rd place position. as Tibbs is up in the 8th place, as we see Beastie Gaming supporting him there. But Emprava P4, Gary 131, one of the biggest gainers out of that one. He has a big wiggle through there, but Big Boy Brazier now on the attack and heading towards Emo Guy leading the way here in Australia. Big Boy Brazier in 2nd place, James in 3rd, 4th is Emprava, 5th is Gary, 6th is Ivor, 7th is Forzy, 8th is Exit Tibbs, 9th is Smoky Devil, and he's struggling by the looks of things. As we see DJ Phil and A Smith going at it. A Smith around the outside, can he get the job done? Yes, he can, and he moves up a place. So A Smith up into 10th, 11th is DJ Phil, 12th is Smithy, 13th is PN, and 14th is Max Mulder, 15th is Leon Fernie, 16th is that Bozzy boy, who's probably going to come into the pits and get a front wing change, and there he goes into the pits. He goes. But Emo Guy with a comfortable race lead at a minute, 1.7 ahead of Big Boy Brazier, with James in 3rd. These two battling it out for the championship, both equal on points, and at the minute Big Boy Brazier is ahead of James. Their next closest rival, Matt, is out of this race with contact with Max Mulder. We see there James looking to find any opportunity he can get past Big Boy Brazier. He is right on the DRS zone. He gets the run and through he goes past Big Boy Brazier. James now up into P2. Meanwhile, Emo Guy extends his gap. And we see Bozzy Boy returning back on track. He gets right in the way of Gary 131, but Gary clears him, and Bozzy dropping down the order. Smoky Devil in the pits. He obviously was struggling with front wing, as once again Smoky Devil caught out by speeding in the pit lane. Ivor currently P6 and working his way through the order. He's currently on the hard tyre, so obviously he's going to struggle for grip, as Big Boy Brazier also just struggling at the minute. I'm not sure why. Big Boy front wing maybe possibly holding him up, as Emprava now on the back of Big Boy Brazier, and Big Boy dropping down the order as through goes Emprava. Next car to get past him is Gary 131. He is on the back of Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy goes to the outside, inside goes Gary. That was car off in the first corner. That looks like Smokey. Oh, Gary has a big snap and twitch there. A little bit of lag from my end, I think, but Gary gets the job done in the DRS zone and dropped down the order goes Jamie. Something's wrong on that car. He's got to be struggling with possibly front wing or something, because he's dropping down the order. Let's see if we can get his telemetry up and see exactly, has he got any ERS? Yeah, he does, but he's just getting mugged left, right and centre. Has he overheated the tyres possibly? Who knows, but Jamie is struggling. Ivor now next, the next car. You could tell he's struggling because Ivor's on the hard tyre and he's much faster than Jamie at this stage of the race. And Jamie right now is just getting mugged by everyone, left, right and centre. Ivor down the inside. Jamie loses another place with Forzy just behind him now. Can Forzy find a way through? He is on those soft tyre. Oh, that's why Jamie is not in the car. The AI is in it. He's been disconnected, so hopefully he'll be back in the session and take over his car. So that's why Jamie is struggling. Emprava now up into P3. With Gary hunting him down. Can Gary redeem some Aston Martin points right now? That is the question. As Emprava runs a little bit wide, they've got to be careful of that exit curb. You can easily run too wide and into the wall you go. Exit Tibbs now next to attack Jamie's AI. Jamie can't do anything about this right now. As Exit Tibbs is on the back of Jamie. Will Jamie's AI eventually get taken over? That is the question. But Emo Guy seems to be just dipping in and out of that 2-second gap, due to obviously possibly different ERS deployments, as James is slowly trying to work his way back up the order. Right now, Max Mulder has made a move on DJ Phil. He is now up into P11, as PN is just ahead of him. Can Max Mulder find a way past PN Motorsport? That is the question. Matt comes flying. Oh, it's DJ Phil has hit the back of Max Mulder there. And around he goes. Max Mulder has had contact with DJ Phil there, and DJ Phil has spent him round. And I believe Big Boy Brazier, is he back under control? I'm not quite sure. But once again, the gap between James and Emo Guy seems to just keep ebbing and flowing at the minute, from 2 seconds down to 2.8 as well. As Gary now on the back of M. Plava. Gary really seems to be struggling with this car and the game at the minute, trying not to overheat the tyres. As M. Plava now ripped the rear wing. You see Gary just twitching so much. You see now Gary with the DRS. Is he going to get the job done down the inside? No, he is not far enough alongside. And M. Plava hangs on for another lap as Gary 131 gets the DRS open once again. Towards turn 3. Gary can't find a way through on M. Plava at the minute. That is your closest fight at the minute on track. James has brought that gap down ever so slightly to Emo Guy. Ian currently trying to extend that gap. Could he get another race winner here? We'd have 5 different winners. We're not going to get, we've only had 1 repeat, and that's been Matt so far, but he is out of this race. M. Plava, Gary, Ivor, Forzy, all these guys not had a win. We go down to 8th, was the first man to get a race win. But right now, it's been Tim, it's been Max, Matt, and Jamie Brazier all having a race win. Matt, 2 wins to his name. As M. Plava losing out here to Gary. Gary with the DRS, with the better straight line. He gets that job done. Understeer from M. Plava there. He runs a little bit wide, but he stays in that P4. And Ivor looking to extend his hard tyre gap. He is working his best through those tyres. As PN now losing out to Max Mulder, as Max now moves up into a 10th place position. Right on the curb he goes as A. Smith now looking to get onto the back of Big Boy Brazier's AI. I believe it's the AI, or is Jamie back in control? That looks like AI to me, as it is the AI. Hopefully Jamie will be able to get back in contention of his car. As Exit Tibbs now working on the back of Forzy. That's a close fight at the minute. Exit Tibbs just creeping ever so slightly. I think Forzy's softs are starting to go off. And right now you can see physically that James is getting closer to Emo Guy. Ian might have something to think about now as he's starting to get a little bit of pressure from the Williams of James. Can James get his first race win down here in Australia? That is the question, as we have PM Motorsport in the pits. And James really trying to get the best out of these medium tyres as he can. Gary now P3. They've got a decent gap over Emplara in P4. P5 is Ivor on those hard tyres. Keep an eye out for him. He could do something with them later on, as Forzy's on the soft. Exit Tibbs lost a little bit of time there. He is in 7th. 8th is Big Boy Brazier. He has got A. Smith behind him, but the AI in control of Big Boy Brazier's car at the minute, so Big Boy is struggling. With Max Mulder in 10th on the hard tyre, as A. Smith now gets past Big Boy Brazier down towards the far end of the circuit of Sector 3, and he gets the job done. A. Smith is through. Max Mulder in 10th, Smithy in 11th. Smoky Devil now gets ahead of DJ Phil as Forzy comes in the pits, gets rid of those soft tyres, as PN is currently in. The car's been off. That is Gary. He's dropped down the order. He's gone in the wall. Has he got front wing damage? Yes, he has. He's trying to get back on track as best he can, and he avoids contact with Exit Tibbs. I think the front wing has gone. Yes, it has. Gary has lost the front wing, and he drops down the order. Pit stop his way coming soon, but Emplava now moving up to P3, as will Ivor. Right now, half a second separating Emo Guy and James. James is on the attack, as you can say, on the rear wing of Emo Guy. As we are on board with Emo Guy, 3/10 now separating these two as it's getting closer and closer. James will have the rear wing open. There we go, rear wing is deployed. There's a car just in front of them. That is That is Bozzy Boy getting right out of the way, or Leon Fernie, one of the two. And now James with the DRS, he's got it open, he's going to go to the outside of turn 3. He's not going to get the job done there, or is he? He's going to try it, he's going to give it a go. Around the outside he goes, down the inside of turn 4, and James is there, he's holding it strong, but Emo Guy's holding it stronger. He's going to go round and make contact. How they've kept it together. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was crazy stuff there. Wow. Oh my god, how James and Emo Guy didn't both crash out, I do not know. Emo Guy goes back in front, James is now behind him in second. Really close race in between these two, probably a little bit over the line at the minute, but wow. How did they hold that? I will never know. And a heart in my mouth moment, that's Emplava, he's gone off. Also, Ivor's had a moment as well, so Emplava's gone off. Exit Tibbs moves up to P4. He's up to P3 now. Emo Guy has dropped down another place to James. So James is back in front, but this time I think Ian will get the DRS. Yes, he will. Oh my god, heart in your mouth moments at the minute, guys, as they're all dropping down the order. Max Mulder is now on the move on Forzy. Forzy's coming back at him. DRS wide open for Forzy down the inside. As Forzy's going to try and get that job done. Max Mulder waits for him and Forzy stops on the apex and gets the job done. Max is going to go try and go right around the outside, and he's unable to do so. Ivor has got past Emplava into turn 1. I can't keep up with everything that's going on here. Ivor now up into another position. Emplava's in the wall. He's dropped it. There is Emplava. He is in the wall, and I believe that is a full-blown safety car. Safety car deployed. Pit stops coming your way, and I can finally catch my breath. Wow, what racing we are having here. Emplava dropping down the order. He was in such a good position, pushing a little bit too hard, and he is out of this race. Gary 131 on those hard tyres. He's lost the front wing as well, so Gary's in for another pit stop. Smokey staying out. Which one of these guys will come for a pit stop? This is ideal time. Smithy is into the pits as PN is also staying out. Smithy trying to get it stopped into the pits. As is DJ Phil, he's in the pits. This will allow Leon Fernie. No, Leon Fernie's a lap down, so even he won't be able to get a chance on this one, as the medium tyre runners will want to get rid of their tyres as quickly as they can. James is in. How quick is this stop going to be? No teammate to worry about. In. Hard tyre on for James. Soft tyre for Emo Guy. So James looking to go to the end of the race. Emo Guy looking to stop one more time, unless he can get those softs to work. Exit Tibbs into the pits. What's he going to do? Ivor's also in the pits, so those hard tyres have not worked out for him. He's into the pits. Exit Tibbs onto the hard. Ivor onto the medium tyre. Big Boy Brazier, I believe, is back under control. He is into the pits. What tyre? Hard tyres for Jamie. A. Smith also in. Forzy goes through. He's already pitted, so he's onto the hard tyre already. Soft tyre for A. Smith. Interesting strategy calls here, as Smoky Devil will be catching up to the back of the pack. It is now James who leads the way. From Emo Guy. From Exit Tibbs. Great recovery from Exit Tibbs after a poor start to the sprint, but he has got Forzy behind him. Oh, a bit of lag there from Exit Tibbs. There's Emplava in the chat, not too happy. Wow, what a dramatic start already. Trying to catch my breath. I still can't get over James's and Emo Guy's big moment. Wow. How those two not ended up in the wall, I do not know. Brilliant car control from the pair of them not to put it in the wall. So after all the pit stops are said and done, it is the Williams of James who leads the way, with Emo Guy in second. Third is Exit Tibbs. Fourth is Forzy. Fifth is Ivor. Sixth is Big Boy Brazier. Seventh is A. Smith. Eighth is Max Mulder. 9th is Smoky Devil. 10th is a PN Motorsport. 11th is Gary131. 12th is Leon Fernie. 13th is DJ Phil. 14th is Smithy. And bringing up the rear is that Bozzy boy. Safe to say, Tibbs, you've got this, as Beasting Gaming really supporting Tibbs here. He has done a fantastic job to work himself back up to 3rd. He can go to the end of the race on these hard tyres, but obviously the hard tyres seem to be a very tricky tyre. A lot of these guys struggling to keep temperature in them. And possible rain forecast as well. So maybe this is why these guys who have decided to go to the soft tyre, maybe if they decided to go to the soft tyre, they're waiting for that rain. Obviously that rain came down in China a week ago. Didn't really affect them too much until the very, very end of the race. Oh, we got a similar scenario here. Is the rain going to come down harder? Nice to see Sutty in the chat. How did they not bin it? Mate, I don't know. I honestly don't know. If that was me and you, we'd both been in the wall and probably screaming and shouting at one another, saying whose fault it was. If it was you and Matt, definitely both would have been in the wall. But wow, that was, like I said, heart in the mouth moment. I cannot believe those two held that together. But at the minute, championship wise, James at the minute is looking good. He leads the way. Jamie down in 6th place position. I don't know who's the next closest. I believe it's Emo Guy is then the next closest. Max Mulder, yeah. Ivor's actually the next closest in the championship. So Ivor 18 points behind off James and Big Boy Brazier. So sorry, in the chat, 50-50 Dan. Yeah, pretty much so. As the safety car, will it leave it at the very last minute once again? Is that rain appearing? Yes, we have got rain. So whoever's on the hard tyre, was this a good idea? Rain is here. As that, we're waiting for Smithy and DJ Phil just to get onto the back of the pack. Wow. This is going to turn into a very interesting race. Fastest lap at the minute going the way of Gary. DJ Phil straight into the pits. Does he think the rain is gonna... DJ Phil speeding in the pit lane. Good start. He's gone straight to the wets. Interesting. Interesting call. DJ Phil straight to the wet tyre. I mean, it's not raining that hard just yet. But... yeah, that's an interesting one. Sutty in the chat saying, box, Gary, box. As Mummy D in the chat saying, doing well, James. James nearly hitting the back of the safety car there. But we have got rain here. Rain is coming down in Australia. Long way still to go. 15 laps, only now halfway through this race. It's definitely going an interesting end to the race tonight. James, you can see the rain coming down already. The safety car is in this lap. Phil's gone too early with the wet tyre. If anything, it would have been the Inters. I think Inters might be better, says Sutty. It's still not wet enough. Whoever's going to be benefiting will be the guys on the soft tyre, but you can see it's visibly wetter already. DRS is probably disenabled anyway. What is going to happen here as A. Smith drops right down the order? Is he trying to get some temperature in the soft tyres as everyone nearly makes contact with him? Max Mulder nearly into him. What is A. Smith doing? He's holding the entire pack up and they're not able to get racing once again. Question is, who's going to bail for the pits for some Inters? Are they all going to stay out? What happened to Emplava? He dropped it. James bails for the pits. He's going for Inters. Emo Guy's going to stay out on the softs. Extra tips in. Forzy in. Ivor in, and it's Big Boy Brazier. So is A. Smith. So is Max Mulder. Smoky Devil is into the pits. So is Emprava. A few guys getting a couple of speeding penalties. Gary's into the pits, as is Leon Fernie. Everyone into the pits for some Inters, but Emo Guy has stayed out. How badly is he struggling? I would go Inters. Sutty, yeah, everyone's going Inters. And Emo Guy just has no grip. DJ Phil on the wet tyre. He has jumped the whole lot. So DJ Phil on the wet tyre has risked it. Went early. Obviously, I would have put inters on, but DJ Phil P3 at the minute on the wet tyre. Smithy is going to get swamped by these lot. But the only option was to go into the pits as James is looking to make a move on DJ Phil and Smithy. As James goes down the inside of DJ Phil. Oh, he makes contact with Smithy. Smithy on no softs, really struggling for grip. There's Exit Tibbs. He's also trying to get through, and he does so. All these guys who are still on slick tyres, which is only Emo Guy and Smithy, are struggling for grip. Forzy's gone through now. Next will be DJ Phil on the wet tyre, but obviously his wet tyre was not the right choice. But it's James now leading away, but Exit Tibbs is there. We got a yellow flag. Who is that? That's Smithy. He's had a moment on those soft tyres. Oh, and big contact. Ivor and A. Smith come together. That will be a safety car. As Emo Guy into the pits. That has saved him. Oh my God. Has something else changed in this race? James is in the final corner. Emo Guy enters on. He comes out. Where is James? James is now coming down the straight. And Emo Guy is not quite going to get there. Drive-through penalty with speeding under safety car. Emo Guy will lose out to Forzy and Exit Tibbs here. No, Forzy losing out to Emo Guy. What a dramatic race this has turned out to be. Australia producing some great racing, and Smithy now has to pit in for the Inters. What crazy racing. I feel like the stewards are going to be very busy tonight. Smithy also putting the wet tyre on. As now that Bossy Boy still a lap down, but obviously if he continues to keep going round and more people keep crashing out, he will get some points here. So, safety car, then rain. We get racing, chaos, everyone pits for Inters, safety car again, but it's completely changed. James is still leading this race, but this time he has got the American driver of Exit Tibbs right behind him, this time in second place, with Emo Guy in third, Forzy in fourth, and DJ Phil currently in fifth on those wet tyres. If the rain gets harder and heavier, Phil might be in a good position here. Big Boy Brazier currently in 6th, Max Mulder in 7th, 8th is Gary 131, 9th is PM Motorsport, 10th is Leon Fernie, 11th is Smokey Dabble, 12th is Smithy. He is on the wet tyre also as Phil, but that Bossy Boy is on the Inter as well. How quickly can we go green here? We have lost 4 cars here. Matahimovic earlier on in lap 1. Prava also lap 10, I believe we lost Prava. That caused the first safety car, which caused everyone to pit. Then we had the safety car out. Then we had the rain. We got green once again. I think maybe Ivor or A. Smith, one of the two, had dropped it, touched the curb, and around they went. The other one could not avoid it, and together they came. As now Bossy is in 13th, he now goes ahead of Ivor. He is the only car that's a lap down, but like I said, if he keeps it going, keeps it on track, and more people crash out, there is still points to be had. It is all going to be about survival now. All the way, the top 5 still haven't won a race here this season. 4 different winners, 1 repeat of Matimovic. He is going to be losing points here at the minute. But right now, he will be focusing on the next round of the championship. What a dramatic race. Damn. Says Ivor as Matt in the chat. Not happy either in the Discord chat. What a dramatic race this is turning out to be. Like I said, the stewards are going to be very, very busy tonight. As the next round of the championship will be Monaco. Oh my God. Monaco, the next round of the season, as the safety car is coming in this lap. James will control the pace. So James is your race leader. I think it's now that wet. Wet might be the tyre to be on. DJ Bill could possibly get a race win if it stays this wet. How much grip will the Inters have? That is the question. BC Gaming, a long way to go. Tibbs, he can do it. Let's go, Tibbs. What racing for everyone. James now controls the pace. He will decide when he wants to go. They're catching the safety car relatively quick. Oh, Tibbs nearly hits the back of James there. It's the last thing he wants. So James controlling the pace, He'll choose when he wants to go. He would have saved his battery. He now goes into the final corner as Forsey comes into the pits. He's going for wet by the looks of things. Forsey straight to the pits and exit Tibbs. Is trying to get some temperature as Emo Guy is now on attack of Tibbs, but it's James who leads into turn one as everyone else comes flooding through, as they all go straight on pretty much. Really no grip by the looks of things for the Inters, as Big Boy Brazier, I think, is back under control, and he nearly drops it trying to get past Phil. Max Mulder right in the middle of that, as well as Max going to send it down the inside of DJ Phil. He gets that job done. Is DJ Phil going to try and hold on to it? No. Gary also right on the back of Phil. Phil's getting mobbed as he makes contact with Gary. Gary managing just to hang in there. But Forsey comes into the pit, so he had front wing damage. He possibly had front wing damage. That's why he's had to pit. So his opportunity, as Smithy gets a penalty for speeding across the across the pit lane. So exit Tibbs now under some massive pressure from Emo Guy. DJ Phil once again dropping down the order. So the Inters just took some time to get temperature. There's Big Boy Brazier. He's on the back of these guys as well. Emo Guy down the inside. Is Jamie going to try and follow his way through? Exit Tibbs. Oh, Emo Guy has a big wiggle, a big snap, and that slows Big Boy down. So exit Tibbs hangs in there for P2. James has got that 1.5 second gap. No DRS now with the wet conditions. It is now declared as wet. No DRS for these guys. Max Mulder now onto the back of these guys as well. Who has got the most car control now? That is the question. James into turn one. As Gary's just trying to sit to the back of PN, working his way up to 7th. Smoky Devil in 8th. 9th is Leon Funny. DJ Fields into the pits again. What's he doing? Is he going? He's got a drive through to serve. That's what's happening there. As Forsey now in 11th. He's just got to try and recover as best as he can. When we go back to the front, Exit Tibbs is now making a gap on Emo Guy. And I think Exit Tibbs just struggling to get tyre temperature. I think the problem was. As now Jamie, a little bit of lag here, as a lot of track limits there from Max. Needs to be a bit careful on that one. He hits the wall as well, as Gary 131 is trying to hunt him down. Can Gary find a way through? That is the question. Oh, a little bit of a clip of the wall there, as Max has a moment. This is going to give Gary a 131, an opportunity to have a look. He looks to the outside. Max is going to hold the inside strong. Gary thinking better of it. Exit Tibbs has lost the lead of 2nd place. That's going to allow Emo Guy, but Exit Tibbs is going to hang on strong. There is more grip on the outside. He hangs it together as Emo Guy goes around the outside again. Exit Tibbs unable to hold on to that position, and he gets passed by Emo Guy. James now extends his lead to 2.2. Jamie is now looking to the inside of Exit Tibbs. He gets that job done as well. As Max Mulder now looking to get involved as well. As Jamie's still trying to fight that position. Max Mulder now is right on the back of him. There's nowhere really he can go either. He's going to go try down the middle. No, he thinks better of it. And Big Boy Brazier understeers, but Exit Tibbs holding it strong on the outside. There is grip on the outside when it's wet. Karting lines, and these two still side by side as they go through this sec. They still don't make contact. Great driving there from Big Boy Brazier and Exit Tibbs. Brilliant driving, and Big Boy comes out on top. Question is now, can Max find his way through on Exit Tibbs? Gary is right in this scrap as well. Exit Tibbs is obviously not really, he's trying to hang on in there, but he's just getting swamped by the pair of them. Gary gets past Tibbs as well, squeezes him to the wall, but Exit Tibbs drops down to 6th. It was nice while it lasted while he was in P2, but he has been passed by the entire pack there, and poor Tibbs, he's going to have to try and recover and work his way back up the order. James still leads the way though, with 9 laps still to go. 1.8 ahead of this man, Ian, in 2nd place. 3rd place is Jamie. He's only 1.6 behind of Emo Guy. Can he get onto the back of him? As Max Mulder is only a 10th behind Jamie, with Gary just behind him. Exit Tibbs also still in this scrap in P6. All the points still to play for. Smoky Devil and PN Motorsport having a good little scrap for 7th and 8th. Can PN find a way through, as Leon Fernie in 9th, and your final point at the minute goes the way of Forzy, but who can keep it on track? That is the question. Both Phil and Smithy choosing the wet tyre. I feel like that's the more better tyre to be on, but it is James leading the way at the minute as the rain still comes down here. Ivor not happy, but neither driver were very happy. Both of them just touched the curb and went round. Sorry, A. Smith, nothing I could have done. Tagged around your teammate rejoining on track. So yeah, a little bit of a coming together between Ivor and A. Smith. Not much those guys could have done, as the gaps now start to extend, as Gary's lost the place here to Exit Tibbs. He's now trying to come back. Maybe he's recharged his battery pack and is looking to try and move his way back up the order. They're actually 5.2 off the back of Max, so something obviously must have happened between those two. Now it's all about what can Emo Guy and Big Boy Brazier do about James, who leads the way. Big Boy looking to try and also do a Matahimovic and repeat a race win. James looking to get his first race win after multiple 3rd place positions. Can he finally get rid of those demons? I think he started 6th in this one, so he's looking to try and get himself at least his first race win here at Simplay Motorsport. Emo Guy also looking to try and get another win to his name. Max Mulder trying, the other repeat winner as well, also trying to find a way through. Exit Tibbs though struggling with internet. Obviously being over in the USA probably really affects most of us here, obviously in Europe, but it's still good racing between these two. Gary can't quite get close enough to make a move. He is all over the back. The Smoky Devil and PN ain't too far away. As Forzy's trying to get onto the back of Leon Fernie. And right now the gap between Big Boy Brazier and Emo Guy has come down to within less of a second, as DJ Phil gets a time penalty once again for speeding in the pit lane. So now Gary has a run on Exit Tibbs. Is he able to try and get it in the left-hander? No, he thinks better of it. Still points available for these two if they finish where they are. Gary's one ride. Can he keep it on track? Yes, he just about keeps it on. As DJ Phil now goes on to the Inter. That's Gary once again all over the back of Tibbs, but can't seem to find a way through. That's allowing Smoky Devil to slowly creep onto these two. As James, not a good lap there. He's lost time to Emo Guy. He is right behind him. As Big Boy Brazier also going with a Max Mulder in P4. Gary has got Exit Tibbs. Just as we come away from that, Gary finds the way through. Snow here, hopefully not affected Tibbs' internet. I think it's just the fact that he's in the US and we're in Europe. I think he just struggles with the internet anyway, but he's still holding strong. Looks like snowy conditions out there for these guys. They are skating all over the place. James needs to keep it cool, calm and collected, and he can get his first win at Simplay Motorsport. But right now he has got Emo Guy hunting him down and Big Boy Brazier. So Emo Guy is in the slipstream of James. James, not really much he can do at the minute. There is Emo Guy. He is right there. That Bozzy Boy's into the pits. James running a little bit wide. That's giving Emo Guy the opportunity that he possibly needs, going down towards the right-hander. Is he better on the brakes? No. James just a little bit stronger on the brakes. He gets it turned in. He gets it stopped. And Jamie just not quite close enough to get involved on this one. Maybe Jamie's just thinking I'll just save a bit more Bit more ERS and then get onto the back of these two later on when they're too busy squabbling. Max, just no answer in the wet conditions at the minute. He is just dropping back from these three. James, 32.1, and I think these two were a lot faster that lap. James really seems to looks like he's struggling a little bit. Maybe he's just trying to save ERS. But both of these two now putting pressure on the Welshman. Welshman versus Scotsman versus Englishman. Both these three, sorry, all three of these wanting to try and get this win. Jamie wanting to extend his championship lead. James wanting to take the championship lead with a win. Max Mulder obviously trying to get onto the back of these lot as well, but is unable to do so. No other fights on track at the minute. Emo guy looked like he had a better run through there as the rain is coming down heavier. Will they risk for some wet tyres? Or they're just going to have to hang out as long as they can. James still holding on to the race lead. His heart is probably racing right now. Wet conditions, struggling at the minute. As Emo guy, not the best exit there. He's actually lost time to James, and James just taking his time. You can hear him on the downshift, not rushing down. As you see now, Emo guy's now under pressure from Jamie. As Jamie now gets involved, he's finally got the AI out of the car and he's now in it. And Big Boy Brazier wanting to try and get past Emo guy. He knows his closest rival is in front of him, and Max is also a championship rival as well. Emo guy just trying to get some decent points on the board so he can get himself into this championship fight. But at the minute, James is doing everything right. He is holding on. In a minute, Emo guy will be too busy focusing on Jamie, and that's going to allow James just to pull away. Massive understeer there from Emo guy. Jamie's right there. Can Jamie find a way through? Tricky conditions for these guys. You can hear them lifting, taking their time on the throttle. A lot of curve there from the boys. Oh, Jamie just sliding a little bit there. Now Emo guy is attacking James. It's ebbing and flowing between these three. As Jamie lost time there, and you can see him harvesting. He's trying to get ERS back in the car. Max Mulder has brought the gap down by a couple of tenths. There's a car just in front of these lot. That is DJ Phil, I think. Yeah, I think it is DJ Phil. So they're going to have traffic. DJ Phil gone wide. Bozzy Boy's now into the final corner. Smithy still struggling on those wet tyres, but he's still soldiering on. Leon Fernie on his own. Forzy on his own. As is Pierre. Sweki Delwa taking a bit of track limits there. Exit Tibbs in 6th. Gary in 5th. Max Mulder in 4th. But it's all about this three-way fight. James is hoping that the time runs out. He wants those laps to disappear. The problem is now he's got lap traffic. And in the wet conditions, this is the last thing he would want. Emo guy goes wide. He's on the grass. He's obviously going to have to yield that time. He runs a little bit of understeer there. And that is it. He is under pressure from Big Boy Brazier. Is Big Boy going to try and send it into turn 3? No, he can't do that. He can't risk it in these wet conditions. You're not just obviously fighting the guys around you, you're fighting the car and the conditions at the minute. And another thorn in the works is going to come up as DJ Phil is a lapped car. He's going to have to get out of the way of this three-way scrap, which is going to soon turn into a four-way scrap. Emo guy gets right onto the back of James. Again, Big Boy Brazier not there to capitalise. Whoever's going to win this race will be a deserving race winner. As DJ Phil is getting the blue flags, he needs to get right out of the way. He's in the wall. James doesn't know how to react, and Emo guy also gets right on the back, and Emo guy goes down the inside. And because of Phil, the distraction there, James has lost the race lead. DJ Phil putting in the wall. And now James and Big Boy Brazier, he squeezes him, they make contact. And James is getting mugged left, right and centre. Jamie and Max are coming together. James is trying to hang in there, but Max comes through down the inside. James is going to hang on, and Max drops the rear and hits Jamie. Emo guy now leads this race and pulls away. Exit Tibbs has dropped it. He's dropped down the order. He's now in 8th. PN has moved up. Smoky Devil has moved up. But Max Mulder and Jamie come together. That's allowed Emo Guy to get away. 2 laps to go. Can Emo Guy hang on? Max Mulder right onto the back of James. Big Boy Brazier right there as well. All these guys probably struggling for grip, tyre wear, and the wet conditions. Max is, oh, he's nearly at the wall. Jamie, quick reactions there, and he gets the job done. Yellow flag, who is that? That looks like Phil again, off. Max losing out to Big Boy there. I think Max tried to come back at him, but Emo Guy has pulled away. Tibbs dropped down the order. He's had a little spin, but around he went. But his Emo Guy now leads the way. He's now got lap traffic. James in 2nd. 3rd is Big Boy Brazier. Max is really wringing the neck at the back of the AlphaTauri. Max trying everything to find a way past Big Boy Brazier, but unable to do so. Now, what can Emo Guy do? He's just got to hang on. 3 more laps, sorry. This will be starting the penultimate lap. So Emo Guy leads the way. I think James has just not got any answer for him. So Emo Guy looking like he is on his way to make it a 5th different winner here at Simplay Motorsport. James will have to wait for his win a little bit longer unless Emo Guy makes a mistake. Right now he's got his mirrors full of Big Boy Brazier. And Max Mulder not too far behind them either. James, if he holds on to the 2nd place, will go into Monaco leading the championship. Oh, Jamie, a bit of lag there. Not what we want to see there. As James now under pressure for Big Boy. Big Boy right on the rear wing of James. And James just a smoother exit. He's able to hold his line better. Jamie is in the slipstream. He's going to have to go the long way round. He's short shifts. He's obviously using the ERS. He's unable to get alongside James. As there's a couple of cars going wide. They're all over the shop. Bozzy is one of them. And once again, James is caught out by the lapped cars. And there goes Jamie down the inside. Now James back into his favourite place of P3. Jamie runs in wide. And now Max Mulder is on the attack. Once again, lap traffic causing chaos for James. As Max Mulder's going to send it down the inside of the penultimate corner. James keeps it together. But Smithy hits Max Mulder. And Max Mulder goes round and there's nothing he can do. Gary 131 now down the inside of Max. He gets the job done. As now James starts... Emo Guy starts the final lap of this race, but we're on board with Max Mulder. He is going to try and make a move on Gary 131. Gary defends the inside, and Max can't find a way through. Gary looks a little bit wide, just keeps it on track. Max unable to find a way through there, but Gary now up in the P4. Good points for Aston Martin. Max Mulder now can't seem to find a way through as Bozzy Boy is the next lapped car. Max is going to go around the outside, but you got to be more wide awake than that to beat Gary. But Max takes track limits and he's unable to get past Gary. Oh, Gary had to suck in the Aston Martin there just to make sure he did not get hit. Running a little bit wide there, Gary. He's got a gap now on Max Mulder, as we will now go to Emo Guy, who is coming into the final few corners now. Final sector for him. Jamie will have to take 2nd place here. He will lead the way now after passing James. He will now lead the championship. As we go back to Max Mulder, he is now on the back of Gary. Both of them run wide onto the gravel. And can Max look down the inside? No, he cannot. He can't get that job done. But we're going to get a 5th different winner here tonight at Simplay Motorsport. Emo Guy Ian will come home for a dramatic final race. He will win the feature race here in Australia. Congratulations to Emo Guy. He wins the race. 2nd place will go the way of Big Boy Brazier. 3rd will go the way of James in his favourite position. Is Gary just going to hang on? Max nearly dropping the rear there. as Max have to concede to fifth. Gary will take the 4th place position. Smithy will get a penalty for not serving his penalty. Smoky Devil will recover back to 6th place position. PN Motorsport with a quiet race will work his way up in the 7th place. Good points there for Ferrari, as PN will cross line in 7th. Exit Tips will come home for 8th. DJ Phil not serving his penalty, he will drop down to 12th. Forzy will come home in 9th, and that is it. What a dramatic race. I totally agree, Beasting Gaming. What a race, intense as hell. Unfortunate for Tibbs, good showing from everyone. Get your votes in for driver of the day. I'm going to have to give driver of the day to Emo Guy. Solid drive from him tonight. Fantastic driving from him. And a congratulations win to him. 5 different winners this season, as I believe Matt has got the tables updated for me. And once again, it's still as close as it ever is between the top 2. Big Boy Brazier still leads the way on 63 points. It's only 3 points ahead of James. 3rd is Matimovic now, who didn't score any points. Sorry, the tables have not updated. I think Max Mulder will be in 3rd place. Sorry, Matt is updating the tables as we speak, so I'll come back to that. So let's hear from you guys in the chat. Who is your driver of the day? What a dramatic race. Gary with a great recovery drive. But it is this man. Emo Guy is your race winner. Really fun race to watch, says Tracy in the chat. Nice to see that. If you haven't done so, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified so you do not miss any of the action. But it is Emo Guy, your race winner, with Big Boy Brazier in 2nd. 3rd is James. 4th is Max Mulder. 5th is Gary 131. 6th is Matt Himomich of overall points. Smoky Devil wins 10th, 8 p.m. and obviously that is your overall weekend. But for the race result, it is Emo Guy who is your race winner. Big Boy Brazier is 2nd. 3rd is James. 4th, Gary. 5th is Max Mulder. James says he's driver of the day. Max in 5th. 6th is Smoky Devil. 7th, PN. 8th is Exit Tibbs. 9th is Forzy. 10th is Leon Funny. 11th was Smithy, and sadly no points for him. DJ Phil in 12th. 13th with that boy Ivor. A. Smith, M. Plava and Matovic, all drivers who did not score any points whatsoever. What a dramatic round we have had here in Australia. Brilliant stuff. This is the championship standings as it is. Big Boy Brazier leads the way with 63 points to his name, and James is in 2nd on 60 points, 3 points behind him. And in 3rd is Max Mulder, a further 18 points behind him. Matt Ahimovic is in 4th, with Tim in 5th. 6th is Emo Guy. He's worked his way up the order now and is only 28 points behind the leaders. Gary is now up into 7th place with Ivor in 8th. 9th is Exit Tibbs. 10th is M. Prava. 11th will be Monkey Boy. 12th is Leon Fernie. 13th is PM Motorsport. 14th is Smoky Devil. A. Smith is 15th, 16th is Forzy, Boise Boy in 17th, and still yet to score a point is Smithy, Gregsy, and DJ Phil. The team's championships looks like this. It's a close one. Williams still lead the way, but with 2 points ahead of Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, with Aston Martin in 3rd, only 6 points behind Williams. Then it's AlphaTauri with only 11 points, and Alfa Romeo with 12. Alpine in 6th, they're further 30 points behind the leaders, and Haas in 7th. 8th is Red Bull, 9th is McLaren, and 10th is Mercedes. What a brilliant race. Great solo commentary. Thank you for the fun racing and racers commentators. Thank you, Beasting Gaming. Kind words. Mommy D in the chat saying James driver of the day. What a round we have here. I'm going to give my driver of the day to Emo Guy. He did well in the sprint and he did even better in the feature. Great driving from him. Congratulations to Emo Guy. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified. Tell your friends about this channel. Make sure you get involved, as ACC will also be underway very shortly soon as well. Make sure you tune into next week, because we'll be counting how many front wings we are going to lose. We are heading to Monaco for the next round of the championship, the Principality, the most famous race in Formula One. If Australia was this chaotic, what is Monaco going to provide? My name is Dan Davis. This has been F1 2022, and I will see you next week.
You're out. I think I've ended the stream instead of going to the end screen, but you're out.